Well, much to my surprise, people have been asking me how I made this. So, here we go. I made this, and really the purpose of it was just to show you how to edge coasters and things. And it was one of my early videos, was just how to edge them. And I used this as a demo. But since then, people have been asking how I actually made it. Well, it has to be the easiest make ever. And you know, I do a lot of really easy makes because I like to give you some really good, easy, fun stuff to just play with. Great for beginners and all that sort of thing too. So, but I was really surprised people wanted to see how to make this one. Anyway, here we go. Going to do it. What we're going to need is some resin and some glitter. That's it. Nice and simple. Oh, in a wibbly wobbly shaped mould. Got some resin mixed up here that I'm just still stirring. This mould's old. It's got slightly damaged, but I don't think it'll matter for the purposes of demonstrating this. The other thing I've got is some glitter here. That might even be the same one I used there. I'm not sure. It changes. Oh, glitters do tend to change colour slightly once you stick them in a mould. But this one is called White Wedding, and it's from Glitter Stella. So what we're going to do is mix one lot up, and I'm going to put some of it into a separate pot. So I'm just going to make sure this is well and truly mixed. So I'll speed this up for you. Okay, I think this is pretty well mixed. Now, I think what people were meaning when they wanted to know how to do this was the fact that the glitter's more towards the edges and the centre, but then there's an area that's fairly clear. And then there's a little bit of sparkle on the back there. I don't know if you can see that. That's a bit of an optional extra, but yeah, it was the fact that the glitter wasn't solid throughout. I think that's what intrigued people. Well, rest assured, people, that's not difficult to do. So, as I said, I'm going to split this out into two separate pots. Let me just get a Wonder Wipe handy. Here we go. Got another delivery of these Wonder Wipes coming. What I've done is I use so many. There's a couple of things I've set up on a repeat order from Amazon, and that's one of them. Right. So I'm going to put, I don't know, roughly half of that into another pot. And in one pot, I'm going to mix in a load of glitter. Quite a lot. There we are. 2 spoonfuls. I'm going to have to get onto Glitter Stella soon. I'm really getting low on glitter. Right. Just mix that in. Is that enough glitter? Actually, you know what? I'm going to put some more. That is a different one to the one I used last time. It's got a bit more of an iridescence to it. There we are. It's a nice lot, isn't it? But you could do it with any colour you fancy. I was going to do a rose gold one at some point. Should be quite nice, wouldn't it? Then all we do is oh look, it's all over me mould now. Doesn't matter because we're putting glitter in anyway. So we go around the edges with the glittery one. Nice big wide border of glitter. Like so. This is going to be a pretty one, isn't it? Then we go around with a load of clear. Which will push the glitter back. I'm not bothered if it's not completely evenly all round. But if you want to be a bit more fussy, you can sort of do that a little bit, encourage it in the right direction. But I'm not bothered if the centre isn't centred, if you know what I mean. It does depend how much you put around the edges and where you pour it and all that sort of thing. Got a little bit more, I can put a bit more around this side just to balance it off though, I suppose. And then finally, chuck some in the middle. And what you'll probably find will happen, I'm probably going to mix a bit more up and put it in as well, but what you'll probably find will happen is that glitter will kind of spread. Let's mix up a bit more. It's taken more than I thought, this mould. I'll show you something else I do with this mould as well, because I've had an order for a fish pond made in one of these. So I will show you how I do that as well. The resin I'm using, by the way, is a 1-to-1 mix, nice and easy, and it's the one from Epoxy Resin, which is my current favourite. So I'm just going to mix this up and do that again basically until I've got enough glitter where I want it to go. It will spread around a bit. And it's very warm in here, so I'm expecting it to heat up very, very quickly. It'll probably go more fluid at first, but that's it. If you want the glitter to spread out a bit more than it seems to be fancying doing, like this one is, you just get your stick and move it. But you'll probably find that this will drift in. That's what usually happens. Let's mix up a bit more with the glitter. I'm going to put quite a lot of glitter in it again for the centre. Yeah, I can't remember what that glitter was that I used for the other one. Might have been Jack Frost. Can't remember. Obviously you can do this with any glitter, can't you? In fact, let's mix a bit of another one in. Back in a moment. Ah, Fantasia. That might have been it. I don't know. Anyway, let's chuck a chunk of that in as well. Of course, if you put too much glitter, it's just going to take over the whole thing, but we'll see. Getting glitter everywhere. Glitter's just fun, isn't it? You can just muck about with it. There's no science to it. Anyway, just going to stir this up and then I'll chuck it in. It's a bit more glitter around the edge. This one's nice, isn't it? Yeah, this one's called Fantasia. As always, I'm using the glitters from Glitter Stella. When I want standard, you know, glitters, I tend to use Glitter Stella. When I want some of the sort of fancy ones that are meant for doing funky, interesting things in resin, I use the ones from Just For You online. I'm gradually, because I'm still relatively new to this YouTube malarkey, but I'm gradually getting to the stage now where I'm finding my favourite suppliers, materials and so on. But I am working on that full materials and tools list. There's a link for it down in the description. It's very much a work in progress, so bear with me a bit with it. It's not complete yet, and I certainly haven't got all the USA links on there. But eventually I'm hoping that'll build up to being a complete playlist. Complete product list. Get my teeth in, get my brain in gear. Right, now what I'm going to do is leave that. The glitter will move around and do its thing, and then I'll come back probably and give it a top coat. So there we go. I'll see you for the demould, and then I'll show you how to do the silver edges. Here we go then, it's demould time. And this always comes out really easily out of this mould. It's such a simple shape, so there's nothing to mess about with. And there we go. So this will be the top. Now you can see what's happened here. Some of the glitter has spread inwards, some of it stayed in the middle, and some of it stayed around the edges. So you've got that effect, and really that's just how I did this one. So you've got a bit more, you see you've got more density in the middle and the edges. Depends how runny the resin is as to how far the glitter travels. Then all I do is I do the edging, which I'll show you how now. I think we'll do gold this time. And then, I don't know if you can see with this one, but I've got some little rubber feet. Can you see? There you go. Little rubber feet. Just little stick-on things that I got from Amazon, and I just stick those on. So, let me just grab a pen and we'll do the edges. And yeah, we're going to do gold. These are basically paint pens. These are really good, and yeah, they do them in gold, silver, bronze. A few different colours for you to play with. Always want to give them a good shake up first, of course, and then away we go. And it really is as simple as this. You just go around like that. So I'll speed this bit up, because it's just keep doing that basically. Now I do find that the silver stays a lot shinier than the gold. It's much more of a chrome finish, but I think this is quite nice and subtle. So I'll speed this bit up and then I'll just show you the finishing touch around the top edges. There we are. So that's that all done. Now all I do to get the little fine rim round it is you get your pen and you put it, and these are chisel tip ones, notice, and you put it kind of half on the top and half on the side. So you try to get that angle. You like it about 45 degrees. So can you see what's going on there? You're getting a neat fine line. Now I'm going to put it down because I find it easier to do it when it's down on the flat. And we just go all the way around like that. Obviously if you want a slightly wider line, then all you do is tip the pen more inwards. But for what we're doing here, I want it kind of like that. So that's at about 45 degrees. It does mean you end up with a V in the end of your pen. If you press too hard, eventually you do end up with you just do end up with a V in the end of your pen. I tend to keep one pen for doing this with and one pen for doing the flat surfaces with, but at the moment I'm down to only one pen, so one pen's having to do both. So there you are. I did tell you this was a simple one. If you've enjoyed this video or you found it helpful or anything like that positive, then please do subscribe. Obviously the buttons are down below, down here at the bottom of the screen, so that makes that nice and easy for you to do. Of course it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and I do appreciate your support. It really helps me to grow my channel. So if you drop me a like as well while you're there, that would be great. Right, thanks everyone, and I'll see you for the next video.